Hello, hello, hello. Hi, family. Welcome to your Aunties Can Never Love is Blind review. I'm Auntie Sade and I'm here with.
I'm Auntie Nana.
Oh, you're on mute, Auntie AK.
And Auntie AK.
Yay! So, as you can see, there's three of us here today, and what are we doing? We are reviewing Netflix season 4 of Love Is Blind. What we're recapping, giving our takes, our opinions, and everything. And just a reminder, guys, we are not relationship specialists, we're not therapists, we're not life coaches at all. We're just three very opinionated aunties. So take what we're saying with a pinch of salt, please. Use your common sense, use your noggin, all that good stuff. And what we need you to do is, if you're not already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do that absolutely right now. Also, like this video, and also, get involved in the comments. Like, we love reading out your comments and everything. Get involved in the conversation, and also share this with like-minded people too. So today we are talking about episodes 3, 4, and 5. So it might be a little bit of a marathon. So, get a cup of tea, get a bicky, whatever, and join us in for this one. It might be a little bit of a long one. And guys, let's start with episode 3. What were your thoughts? Do you remember? Would you remember your feelings from episode 3? What your kind of your quick take of episode 3? Would you say?
Oh, that's a hard one, actually. I'm trying to think what the overall feeling was of episode 3. You know what? Actually, by the end, episode 3, I wanted more couples.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And because I think there was, they touch on the background people. There's people that don't necessarily get their time to shine, and there were a few names I took down. I'm like, we never saw them again. I think there was a black girl called Ava. I think there was an East Asian girl called Wendy, and someone called Daisy or something like that. There were a few names that I was like, okay, we're going to see more from them, and there was nothing. So I'm with you. I wanted to see. I was hopeful for more couplings, but that was a feeling with episode 3. But yeah, overall, there's lots that took place.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. My word, I think I'm going to go with cringe.
Yes.
It was a couple cringe moments where I was just like, I can't. I want to fast forward, but I can't because I got my notes. Seriously. So yeah, it was a bit icky for me. We kicked off the episode with Paul and Micah's reveal. They seem to get along like a house on fire. It seemed like they like each other. Liked each other to me. What did you guys think? Did you believe them?
Yeah, first impressions, they both seemed quite happy, actually. Kind of, yeah. Yeah, again, because I'm just I don't get it with Micah, but okay. I was like, okay, you guys like each other.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. But did you see that he liked her? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think he was disappointed. I feel like he was like, oh, okay, I've got what I was thinking she was going to be.
Yeah.
I think he had a vague notion of what she was kind of going to look like blonde and everything. So he seemed all right.
Yeah.
I was surprised that, I'm just stuck on being surprised that he thought she was so beautiful. I'm sorry.
No. I think it's a valid point. The thing is, it's just this happens across TV, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Where blonde, blue-eyed, I think she's blue-eyed women or light-eyed women are kind of characterized as being beautiful by default. Do you know what I mean? And it's just if we're being really objective, no, not really in this case. Do you know what I mean? So that's okay. I think that's okay.
Okay, because I'm just really sitting in the world of confusion, and I think he's better looking. I actually didn't think he'd think she was that nice, but the way he said she's beautiful, I'm confused because I think he's a bit more handsome than her.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, on a spectrum, he's a better catch. Definitely, I think so.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I just think he's I mean, he's a scientist, like, so you're gonna be a bit more dorky, like, do you know what I mean? So like, you might be not, but your chat might be dead, like.
Yeah. And it could be that, like you said, he's sitting in that dorkiness, so you might be like, oh my god, I've got the aesthetic, the blonde. So there's that. So he's sitting in that. Oh my wow, thinking he's punched up.
Yes, definitely. And then I've got a little note about Jackie and Josh, where Josh is pissed, but I can't even remember what I was talking about there. So I don't know if anyone remembers that. But
it was they carried on from Marshall speaking to Josh. And so when he kind of entered into the pod, it was like, you know, I spoke to him and did, like, it was all of that.
Okay, cool.
Marshall
and then
I'd be a bad man.
Yeah.
So
I told you that hidden fury. He's got it, man. He's like one of the
I do not believe that at all.
He's like the Flash.
I think it's bravado. And then then we got to Kwame and Chelsea. So Kwame's the Ghanaian guy, and Chelsea, I think is she yoga? I don't even know, but she's
no, you missed out Marshall and Jacquelina's proposal.
Oh wow! Oh, maybe that was it.
Kwame.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. I don't remember that too much. Seriously, I don't think it was like. Did it stand out for me? I don't think so.
What did
Go on.
I've got the least notes on this episode. It's like it was very inconsequential. Though it's like finalizing of who's going to get with who. So I kind of didn't. I think it was obvious from after everything's been established. I thought everything was kind of obvious. I didn't take much notes. I don't remember the proposal.
So Marshall's proposal was super simple kind of thing, like, you know, the notes I have is he said he came with the most cliches. He said, "You're the wind beneath my sails. I would marry you 1,000 times." No, she said that. She said, "Yes, I will marry you 1,000 times in every soul, in every realm, and in every life."
What? That hit you, didn't it?
No, I was like, did they give them cards?
Oh my god!
I swear they must have given them cards to read off. Like, I was like,
okay, Auntie Sade.
Yeah.
What if someone said that to you? Would you reject that? No, those words, because you're saying it like it was horrible.
That is cheese. No, because she said that, right? That what you say? She said that. He didn't do the proposal. He done the proposal, and she's coming out of that. I would never. You're mad. No way.
That was their moment together, and then obviously then it just went into him going back and the boys being like, "Yay!" and Josh's face.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Josh was like, "I'm a competitive man."
Yeah.
You know, just say yeah. I was just going to say on that. You know, like sometimes when the guys and I think the girls do it too. Do you truly believe that they actually want the person, or then it becomes a competition when they know? Sometimes I feel that men can get a bit territorial. Like I think
both. I think both. Like if you're used to getting your own way, it doesn't matter what the prize is really. Do you know what I mean? But I think Josh genuinely liked her, to be honest.
I think so.
She genuinely liked him as well. I just think that what's his name, Marshall, he's nicer. He's just like a very nice guy, saying the right things, being emotionally supportive and all that kind of stuff. Like he really displayed that really well, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's pure skepticism.
No. I'm not saying he's not those things. But anyway, I have thoughts, but we could get to the end of the episode. Okay. But I have thoughts on Jacquelina anyway. Seriously.
Okay.
Yeah. Kwame and Chelsea. So this was their proposal, right? Kwame was saying things like, "Baby, what I love about you is your reassurance, your belief in me." He brought out his guitar. I don't know who said it, but I've got the quote, "My heart flutters for you."
Yes.
I'm feeling like that may have been... No, she said that. Chelsea said that.
Yes, Chelsea said that.
What I thought was cute and what drew me in, like they made a song together, and it wasn't a bad song. It's a cheese fest.
No, it was terrible. It was terrible. I just want the real thing. Yeah, that's what the thing is. Yeah, let's be real. Yeah, let's be fucking for real. Like, in the full context of everything, it's a nonsense. It's an actual nonsense. You're making her sing "I Want the Real Thing," and then you're strumming along guitar. I want the real thing.
And then he had a whole song written out.
It was bad.
But for me, I was just like, you wanted to sing this to Micah. This is, I know you're repurposing this material. I know you're repurposing it. And Chelsea was just caught up in the moment. And, rate her for learning his whole entire name. Rate her. Yeah,
she
for
did
that.
It well. She had about 20 million names and she did very well.
She really, really did. I rate her for that. And I'm just like, look at this girl is learning your whole name after you wanted to call yourself Alex.
I mean, Alex, she threw Alex in there. So maybe Alex is his British name.
His
English name, as that is something that, Ghanaians will do from time to time as well. But my notes on this was that his voice is terrible, but his guitar playing is quite good. And I don't understand why Chelsea is crying. I was like, why are you crying at this? This is actually not a good rendition of anything.
No,
she was crying.
If you're in love at this point, and even if it's a cheesy tune, he's not half bad. He's not like, I don't know, John Legend or whatever, but it's a half decent tune. You created it together. You're caught up in the moment. I can understand the tears. I'm not judging her for the tears. It's cute.
Zero.
I feel like it was cute.
0 points. No zero. She was crying. No, she was crying like uncontrollably. Like,
you don't know how much she it.
No.
Let me just do Miss K's comment quickly. She says, Kwame makes me sick at every stage. I just keep asking myself, who told him about that hairstyle? Miss K, can we discuss this?
I feel you, Miss K. Because it's giving very much high. It's giving. I can't even do it on screen.
There's that bananas in pajamas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's giving Stonehenge.
It's like Ed the Duck.
It's not cute. It's not cute at all.
But it's also very typical of who he is. Typical. If you lot are saying he's recently arrived, he's a
who
typical.
Is he, though? That's the thing. Who are you really? I don't know.
This could be my cousin somehow. I'm not going to do it.
His cousin Kwame, definitely, but his hair just needs to be cut immediately.
Do you think he looks better with a round head? Do you think he look better with a round head? Do you think he would look better with a skiffle?
Yeah, he'll look better with anything other than what he has now.
Than the Mr. Majika.
Just take the whole thing off. Take it all off. So they're now engaged at this point. Then we had Irina and Zach and Bliss back to back. So Irina and Zach was her basically asking, what's the difference between myself and Bliss?
Mm-hmm.
And his response was like, I don't think you're vicious, but if someone hurts you, you'll hurt them back.
Yeah. But he's come from a toxic lifestyle. He's reacting to that. We said it last time we ran down the show. You said that he's responding to those type of characteristics.
Yes. But it's just like, but even for her to even be on the receiving end of that and be like, I'm okay with this. You know what I mean? It's just like, you're blatantly calling me vicious. But he trusts her. He really trusts her. Mm-hmm. And then he had a conversation with Bliss.
Talking to Irina and him talking, he was also sharing with her, literally going into depth on how she makes him feel. And the whole Teddy and everything else. She switched off. The girl was not listening to him anymore. You saw her literally start looking at the Teddy and drowning off. And afterwards it was just like, oh, that was really deep. I was like, how what has she shown you why you're invested in this chick? Like, she's so vacant. I don't know how you're not picking up on her vacancy.
Exactly. And even her on the reflection back, he said that he'd given the teddy to Bliss too. I don't want you to, like, when we're talking about repeat acts.
Yeah.
That is a deep repeat act. You're talking about, this is your teddy that you got from, you found with your past mum's belongings, and you've done past, this teddy's been around all the gal them as well. Yeah, that's your mating call. No,
it's so cringe. It's so cringe. Is that not cringe? It's cringe, man. You can't give me this weird flex. So then he's talked to Bliss as well, and it seemed to me that he had already made up his mind, but he wanted to sleep on it, right? So they were going back and forth about, you know, how she's interacting with Irina, and he seemed to be judging her. That's what I got, like that she isn't more, like, she does not take his judgment of Irina like in a positive way. Like, he's saying that you must see that I see something good in her. Like, the fact that you can't see that I see something good in her means that you don't see, you know, do you know what I mean? The decision that I'm making, you don't respect my decision, right? And like, to be honest, Bliss was kind of like,
it's a fair point, to be fair, all around.
So that was interesting. And then we had Jackie and Marshall. Jacqueline and Marshall's reveal, where they saw each other for the first time. It looked like I think they liked each other physically.
Yeah.
But then the kiss, to me, was just like, it was
bit
like
friendly.
And stop.
Like, the hug was super long, and it felt like friends. Like, you literally like, oh my god, I finally met my best friend type of thing.
Yeah.
And then sealed with a kiss. But I did think they were too close in height. I know she was in heels, but
taller than him in heels as well.
Yeah, I was like, I bet she's thinking, like his height. There was just a way that she kind of went over. I was like, these are probably a little bit smaller than you would have liked.
Yeah, but I agree.
She's
cute. Yeah, I didn't think they fancied it. I don't think she fancied him. And he was like, he said, that kiss was the best moment of my life. Those were his words. The best moment of my life. Bro.
He likes her, isn't it?
Because he's implied like that. That's the girl that he would always want but never get.
Yes.
And he's like, I've got her finally. I knew I deserved this type of girl.
Absolutely bagged the baddie that would never talk to me before. Like, and he ain't wrong. It's true. In the real world, he ain't getting Jacqueline. Like, he's not getting Jacqueline.
True. We'll talk. Yeah.
You'll be gassed.
It's true. Then we went back to Bliss and Zach. And the next morning, Bliss previously had spoken to Irina in the living quarters and said, look, let's squash the beef that we have. Let's try and just be amicable, everything like that. She tells Zach that this is what she's done. But you can see Zach had already made up his mind from the night before. And then he broke up with her anyway, basically. And he said that
Zach made the worst decision.
He made the worst decision.
Yeah,
made the worst decision. Like, just
even just agreed.
Yeah. Okay. So that was actually. So I've mixed this up. So Kwame and Chelsea, we go back to them, and this is when he proposes, isn't it? So like Chelsea's in the red dress. He was talking some shit about black jeans. I was just like, what are you talking about?
Whoa, what was that?
The jeans chat was shit, is my note.
Nonsense. I'm wearing beige jeans today because of what? Why?
And bored is my last part for that whole section. However he did it was the jeans chat is shit and bored.
And bored, yeah. And she was like 1,000 times yes, bro.
Yes.
Just like
her, good for her.
No, not good for. I can't like.
I started to believe in them because I was skeptical from the jump, and then I started to kind of warm.
Really? No.
I thought it was cute.
No, I was really like, I don't like how this girl is so into this man, and is getting very little back from him, and you're just even his speech is basically, "I love the way you love me."
Yes.
Yeah, there's that.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
That's not a compliment. That's not a compliment. No. You're feeding into, you're enabling his massive ego.
Yes, his insecurity.
Okay.
Then we had Zach and Irina. This is their proposal. My opinion is men just be chatting shit. That's what my comment was. And then he starts singing.
That. Why is this in the script this season? At least I can forgive Kwame. Zach.
Why can you?
Zach singing was horrendous.
Disgusting.
It was terrible.
How dare you? And you had to endure that.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, she probably, from that, if you had to sit down and listen to that, you'd already be like, what the hell? What's going on here? Like, can you imagine? You can't even see the person. You're just hearing that. It
was a bad song.
No.
There was no sense to it. And he was really heartfelt and passionate about what he was saying.
Yeah.
He wasn't even messing about. He
was being serious.
I thought he was going to say Joe.
Go on, Zoe, go on.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, I thought he was going to bust out and like, this is a joke song. I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, no, he was deadly serious and it was terrible. But her response was easiest yes of my life. You know, people just be chatting. They just be saying anything. They just be saying anything. You can't believe them. Then we had the Chelsea and Kwame reveal. I don't know if this was what was said. Did he say this? He said that something along the lines of she's not physically his type. That's what I've got as a note. But I just don't think that's his type, like body type wise. I don't think that's his type. And I just thought the kissing was cringe. And I thought the sniffing of him was cringe. I just didn't like, it was too much. It was just too much. I was just like, I can't.
She definitely was all over. I got the opposite of that. I think she's definitely his type. I'm not sure he's her type in entirety, but she seems super into him. And then also put his hair. I can't. Lord, cousin Kwame has all the Ashanti names. Like you couldn't.
All of them.
He literally had Mensa, Apia.
Yeah,
Kwame, he had every name that is everywhere in Ghana in his whole name. It's like you couldn't be more of an Ashanti man if you tried.
I said that.
He could even be lying, to be honest. He could just be making up just to impress her. You know, like serious. He could be, because I just feel like, and I don't think it's any fault of her own, but I just think like some men, they play on their otherness, like men like them, they play on their otherness, like, so it's like mysterious and cool kind of thing, and she could be really into it. Like I just think she's into those types of things, so he could just be saying anything. Yeah, my name's this, like, oh yeah, I've got 10 names, like when he's got 2 or 3. Like,
I did wonder if he was going to say he's a prince. I was waiting for that one.
Give it a couple more episodes.
Yeah.
I did. My notes were that it seems real. Just in that moment, I was like, I could see a little. Like I said, I started to see the reality in it. Whether I'm right or wrong, we'll see.
I just think she wants to sleep with him at that point. I was just like,
she's
horny AF.
Yes. Yeah, down to like, definitely 100%. And then that episode ended on Zach and Irina's reveal, which brings us to the beginning of episode 4. So yeah, Zach and Irina, doors are opening. Bro.
that reveal was so dead.
I was waiting for them.
From the doors, though. Like, the silence. The silence was deafening. Nobody
It was like, oh, fuck.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was just such a cringe-filled conversation. She didn't want to kiss him. Like she kind of like moved her head to the side in the hug. She just kind of pushed him back, like physically, everything she could do to kind of put distance between them. That's what she was doing. She called him a cartoon character.
He said, "Do you want to kiss?"
Yeah. He whispered in her ear. Yeah, and she was like,
"No,
hug for now."
Oh, gross.
Someone you're engaged to, let's just hug for now. And he was staring at her and she was like, he's not blinking, it's creepy. She called him a cartoon character, said it was awkward and creepy. Like, so it's not giving.
I would have turned around and gone back in the pod. She called you creepy in the same sentence and a cartoon character. Who are you?
So weird.
Not one compliment, you know. She didn't have not one compliment.
Not one.
She literally physically was like that. She looked like, yes. Like, oh my God, what am I doing? Oh, it was sad.
It was like, damn.
I literally watched it like this, like.
Who was Irina's other option?
She didn't have another option.
No, no. But he was choosing between the two girls. So that was just awkward AF, really just super awkward.
You know what? I didn't see how weird I didn't think he was that weird until she pointed it out. Cause I mean, I didn't
really like staring at her.
Yeah, no, like I didn't really notice that he was odd. I thought he'd be an average looking white guy. I thought he was okay. Until she pointed, I was like, oh no, for real. It was.
I don't think he's that odd. Like I think he is average looking white guy.
Yeah, but I saw the bits around the edges that she saw. I guess it was highlighted when she said, I was like, oh okay, wasn't it? Yeah, okay.
I didn't see cartoon character.
I see it.
I think he does have like characteristics, but not a cartoon character. And the way he was looking at her, it was more like trying to sum her up, like what is going on.
He was trying to read her.
Yeah. Then to be like, you're not even blinking. It was just like, dude, you're being.
To be fair,
he was being weird. He's looking at her like, this isn't how we should meet. Like it was all weird.
Yeah. It was like he was reacting to her energy, right? Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't know, like they just didn't have the vibe. They did not gel at all. Like it was instant, like, no, this is wrong, this is off. He made the wrong choice, basically. But you know, that's how the show goes. And we have our 5 couples now. So we have Chelsea and Kwame, Irina and Zach, Tiffany and Brett, Micah and Paul, and Jacquelina and Marshall. So we have our 5 couples. And the next stage is for them to go to Mexico. So this is where they see whether they've got a physical connection. So still at this point, we're still jumping around from couple to couple. So we're just seeing a few bits of everybody. We have Micah and Paul, where they're kind of just getting the first impressions of each other. I thought that was just like really just quick. Chelsea and Kwame looked like she was draping herself on top of him. That's go on.
This is my notes are, has Chelsea got a bit of a black man fetish? Okay, it felt like she was exploring a piece of art. I can imagine her describing him as a piece of artwork. And it was like she was so, I don't know if she slept with, I don't know if that's her history, but it seemed like, wow, I finally getting to explore this I've dreamt about my whole life.
I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea, maybe not now, was a former I don't see color. I think she may have
Could be an ally.
Yeah, like
self-described. Let me say self-described ally.
Yes,
definitely. Yes, I'm similar. Put Chelsea is way too into Kwame, and he seems like a project. Like Savior Complex project. Like, so there was, Project Worker.
Yeah. It was cringe. It was just cringe.
Ownership as well.
Ownership?
Like, it's mine.
He's my man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see that. I don't know if in like a kind of like sick slavery way, but I think like, I don't think it was that, but I just think it's just like I have a man, this is my man. Do you know what I mean? Like reinforcing that, because obviously in the back of my mind, she was second best, right? Do you know what I mean? So she's like reinforcing like, oh yeah, I've got him. Like, so I can breathe now, I can excel. Do you know what I mean? I think it was that. Go on.
Saying that, she does look very pretty. She looks a lot relaxed and more softer in the Mexico light.
Yeah, when she got to Mexico.
Yeah, definitely. She's definitely got a very particular look about her.
I think she's pretty. I like her, and I kind of like her vibe as well. It's like I like Chelsea.
Yeah, I think so. I think she's a fave. Then we had Jackie and Marshall. I mean, she was burping already. She done a bit to camera, was when they had their dinner thing where she says like physically Marshall's not what she would usually go for. She would usually go for black guys 6'5" and above. But she just kind of like got to wait and see, like hopefully it'll be worth the wait. Irina and Zach. Yeah,
I really do like Jacquelina. Like I like her. I like her realness, like just like fun, and what she can bring. Like I like her energy. Like each time she does a piece to camera, she always makes me laugh. I am like, I bet you'd be a vibe to be around. Not necessarily somebody I would particularly marry, but I think she's make her absolute great friend. Like she's jokes.
Definitely a character. At this stage, I was just like, I didn't have a solid opinion on her just then, but later on I was just like, Anyway, Irina and Zach, they had a date on the beach. So Irina, you could just hear the pettiness started coming out. She was just like, Zach, the way it was trying to take the plate, it's like Zach has to eat everything off his plate. He asked her, what cartoon character am I? She can't place that. He said she looks like Megan Fox. I was just like,
there's this obsession with Megan Fox.
What? I was just like,
because she's brunette.
Yeah, her hair
or something.
It's a reach. It's a reach, bro. It's a reach. They're talking about, but then it's confusing. It's just like they're talking about kids' names.
Names though.
Yeah, there was
Goliath. Gideon.
Zion. She said Zion.
That's not so bad. That's a bit easier than Goliath. He said Goliath.
I thought he was taking the piss at that point. Because I'm thinking, are you a Marvel fan or like I just
I don't even know. But all I was getting was these two, there's zero vibes.
Yeah. And then she dropped it in the conversation, no sex before marriage. I was just like, well, they're not getting it on, are they?
Yes. She's basically telling him, don't try and touch me any night ever.
Ever.
No.
And then we moved on to Tiffany and Brett. He does this big speech. Like, first of all, there's a raccoon randomly, and she's just like, "Save me," which is very, very cute. He does this big speech where he's just like saying all these lovely attributes about her, how she's so nice and loving, and just got this glow. And she was just literally speechless and just like, wow, like you see all of that in me. And it seemed like they were perfect for each other. The thing that I did not like was that, he's got her bathing suit. Like the gesture, the bathing suit was disgusting.
Horrid.
I definitely fell for these guys in this scene. I was like, all right, they got me, reeled me in. I'm on board. I'm loving their connection.
Love it.
And same, he brought out the bathing suit, and I was like, that is butters. The worst.
It was like, horrid.
What was that?
It was it was like a pensioner's one. It had frills and a high V. That's the only time I thought, is he the type of guy that's going to be uncomfortable with her being revealing? Because why would you pick that swimsuit for her?
Precisely what he is going to be. He was precisely setting, this is a bathing suit I like. That's exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, it's true, actually. And you did design, bro. Like, you should have an eye.
The like, color choice. I mean, it was floral. It literally was like, are you 80 years old?
Yeah. It was horrid. But I still love them.
Then they went down a notch. I was in, and then he brought that out, and then I was like, I'm back to. But I still love her, and visually,
it makes sense.
It's nice to see them together, but
they make a pretty couple.
Like, yeah, they do. Then Micah and Paul, they were just spending the night together. And she said something about like he's not the type of guy that she would normally go for in her past. Do you know what I mean? That was interesting. Zach and Irina basically just showing them in the bed together. They just don't like each other at all. Did
you see her pajamas?
She was a closed shop. Her shop is closed.
The teddy bear between them, like
yeah,
the teddy bear is seeing things.
It was like, no, there's absolutely no chance. It kind of makes him look stupid though. Like, I just thought like, this is difficult. This is a hard thing to navigate, actually, on both sides, to be honest. Because if you genuinely, the problem with Irina at this point is just like, because we've seen her be bitchy. Do you know what I mean? It's just like the sympathy for her is not as great. Like, you know, you're more sympathizing with Zach, and we don't know. I don't know. We haven't seen that much of Zach other than him in relation to Irina and Bliss, right? So it's just like, we don't know his character really. Do you know what I mean? We just know that he really likes this girl. That's all. So yeah, that was just hard to watch. Chelsea and Kwame in the pool, they were getting very physical. Then they get into the bed and she's just like, oh, I've got this baby blanket called Baba or
Baba.
I was shocked. Like, I was shocked because I'm just, you're 31, babe. Like, what is going on? What is going on? What's going on?
He did well to accept it because
he did.
I mean, I don't think in the moment I wouldn't be that rude, but I would be thinking, geez, if a guy brought a whole dead stop blanket.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know. Either way, I feel like I'm more accepting of her as a woman doing it, but I would think if a guy had a blankie, that's more horrifying to me.
I like it, definitely. I like the way he kind of made it because I think she positioned it as her protective shield. So the way that he accepted it, I liked the connotations of how he's like, okay, we can take this in, because it's like he understood that this was her security blanket and he understands that she needs to bring it down. So the symbolism of it, I got it, and I think he did very well as a man to accept it. However, don't ever bring your blankie or your teddy to my bedroom for the first night, please.
Gross.
I totally agree, but like, I think that he was accepting because he's not that into her. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's just not, it's not high stakes for him.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, you got this. We're on this weird thing. I'm probably never going to see you. I don't know. But like, it's just like, I don't think he's thinking at that moment in time, this is my forever. Like, I just don't agree with that. It just looked rancid. It just looked disgusting. And I just thought, for someone who's so together, what the fuck is this? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can't.
Well, these are the things.
Representation of the bare threads that are holding her together. People with like protective stuff. They are visual representations of that. Like, literally sucking your thumb, comfort. It is how you need to soothe yourself. It's all visual representation. So, threaded blanket, you know. And it had a knot in it.
Yeah.
It was tired. It looked like a cobweb. It was horrible. I just think it's disgusting. Like, I'm just like, no. That, like, I
is,
like Chelsea, but that was just like you're losing points, mate. They're just disappearing off the
dramatic. Keep that shit to yourself, please.
Yeah, it was too early. You know what I mean? Way too early. Didn't need to be on camera either. Just weird. Jackie and Marshall, they were in the bath together doing forced kisses again. It was just again cringe. Like, seriously, like these.
It's so strange. It's so their kissing thing is I just don't know. I feel for both of them. Like, I feel like they're into each other, but they're, you know, when you're a bit,
it's the awkward,
like, stumbling around. Awkward. Yeah, they have an awkwardness.
Yeah,
basically, brethren's trying to ramp it up.
Yeah,
trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure it out. It was. I have a note though, Brett and Tiffany.
Oh, that's what I was going to go to.
Okay, guys, it's a bit raunchy.
It
was a bit like.
They were in the bed. They were both wearing matching brown underwear, which was in nude underwear, and she was on top of him. He was stroking her bum.
He said, "Get on top." Made that in, like, what is this? We're not doing porn for TV, please. Please.
I was like, oh,
I was just like, okay.
It was sexy, but come on, guys.
No, it was a bit sexy. I can't lie.
I was like, oh, right.
She was like, yeah, I'm gonna ride my man.
She was involved. Yeah. And then morning after, now Chelsea and Kwame, you had Chelsea doing this strange mirror interview. It was so strange. She's looking in the mirror doing this interview. It was so weird. Talking about how I think it was like she was saying how, like, it was the intimacy was deep or something.
Yeah.
It was just such a weird way to do the interview. Zach and Irina, oh well, he slipped up, didn't they? So they were all doing these selfie videos. It's like the morning after, like, hey guys, like whether they slept together or not, basically. And like he kind of slipped up because he was just like, yeah, I was just telling Irina she looks better with makeup on instead of off. He slipped up. And the thing
she does though.
Nah, I think actually color match doesn't work for me, so I think she looks better without makeup. Maybe she needs to go and have a session to find her.
I agree with Nana. I think she does.
But the tone I think she's got is a bit yellowy for her actual skin tone, so I think she needs to go and have a little sit down with at a counter.
She needs to get all of that done, but she literally does look better with makeup on.
But she's got insecurities about it, like which I get, because she's had acne, she was bullied for having acne, but then your behavior, you're projecting that onto other people, and you're kind of bullying other people, on their physical appearance, right? Do you know what I mean? So it's just hard to feel empathetic towards her when she's got that kind of attitude, really, because she was just like, oh, how did you even end up in my bed? That was the kind of thing she was thinking, like, what the fuck? Who says that to someone?
Just doesn't like him. Like,
she does not. She hates him.
The way she doesn't like him. You know, when you have that guy like you're lumbered with, and breathing, their mere breathing on earth is irritating your soul. She kept on like backing up, like, and screaming, like
squealing, isn't it?
She kept squealing.
Yeah, no, that was horrible. That was really horrible. Tiffany and Brett were just being cute. Yeah. Micah and Paul, they didn't have sex, and Paul was talking about how he usually goes for witchy type girls. So like that are not.
What does that even mean? Oh, was it Paul that said he goes for the girls that like wear dungarees and overalls?
Yeah, I kind of know the vibe of the girl he was talking about, like the new wave hippies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not like the old 60s hippies, like Earth Girls.
Yeah.
You can
that's it. Yeah.
Schools and stuff, like into spirituality, that sort of stuff. That's him. Then they had like a series of different dates which were cool, but I can't remember who we didn't see. But Irina and Zach went on a catamaran. Tiffany, who's Tiffany and Brett, they had like this outdoor spa thing, which was really cool. Micah and Paul had this massage, and Jacqueline and what's his name? Marshall. Done like a ride through the jungle and like to this spot to have something to eat. So Marshall and Jacqueline, they had a bit of a conversation about Marshall was saying, sorry, he connects with Jacqueline on the emotional, physical, and intellectual. Yeah. And he thinks that's going to be not just for today, but forever. Yeah. Like he keeps on making these massive statements. These massive statements. I feel like he's got a lot of big feelings, right? Do you know what I mean? Like he's just like super emotional.
He likes her.
He really
likes her. He's absolutely like into her in another way. I think he's having his own conversations with her that is not that they're not talking, but I think he's having lots of internal convos. So then he ramps it up to another level that I don't think is actually reality.
I think he's got similar to Kwame insecurities about who he is and what kind of girls he gets, and I think he's having that. So he's really doing affirmations like, "This is it. This is the one," and he's determined to make it win so he can prove. Maybe he's got someone to prove to, people to prove to that, like I can get this type of girl. Maybe to the people that have rejected him in the past. So I feel like he's doing the most because he wants to make sure that he can prove that he can get this girl.
I think this was like the first part of what they saw of each other, of what we saw of them, and she was talking about she's worried. She's not worried about him. She's worried about her, that she doesn't want to go back to her old self and her old ways. And then later on down the line, it looked like she had been crying. She's talking about that she's been thinking about home, family, and work, and she's scared that she's going to push him away. Then she was crying again. There was just like a lot of emotions going on. And I was just like, I don't understand what's happening. Is she unstable? Because like
she was talking like her family is El Chapo's relations. Like honestly, because she was like, my family when they get back and I've got to look after it. Sounded very mafia-esque or gang-esque. Not to she implied that there's a lot going on, that boy, there's a lot of responsibility. I'm the mama of the family, like, you know, I don't know, there was a lot that made me think, what is this guy stepping into? Will he get murked if things go wrong?
I wasn't seeing it as criminal, I was seeing it as poverty. I was getting more that there's a lot financially that she has to do for her family. Maybe I've made up a whole story. Maybe she got a call from somebody like, you need to send over money. Like maybe that's what triggered her to think, oh my God, look, I'm away and I've been away and things are falling apart at home. And she did later on, she said something about her being on her period and how she was going over everything, like just crying and kind of stopping and going. It did give me period vibes for somebody who has those fluctuations in their hormones and can be very down on a period when it's coming. It was like, I could see how you could just really get stuck in your feelings. And that was probably it. But I was also like, I think he held it really well and he was very patient and he held her. And it was like, those are relationships. That's a part of it.
I can't lie. I was just like, yeah, he did well, but bro, this is she showed you who she is, mate. Like, get out now. You can still leave.
I mean, I was scared for him.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot because what she was saying, like, okay, maybe you're not showing everything on camera, because then at one point she was just like, oh, you know, I don't get a lot of me time. That's why. Do you know what I mean? And it just seemed like, this don't sound like the reason. Do you know what I mean? This sounds like it's made up to kind of try and bring everything together. But it just didn't seem like the reason to me anyway. But it just seems like it was like it's the other version of Brett. Basically, like you've got all this emotional baggage stuff, and actually Marshall's going to have to deal with it. You're showing him this is who you are, and you're putting all of this onto him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's what happens. Like, obviously when you marry someone, they take on your stuff, and I just don't think that's fair, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? As much as I'm not a massive Marshall fan, I just don't think that's fair. I just think this girl is a bit unstable, mate. She needs support in other ways, and I don't know if he's qualified to do that.
He got an insight into really what her downs are. So he's like, okay, I see it, and I could handle this. He just actually really has to think of, you're on holiday and you're getting this. Think about when it's life. You don't have the sun and you don't have the sea, and you have to also get up and go to work, and or if you have kids, like it's like actually think about it. Can you really hold her? Because that's what she needs. It's a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Then we went to Irina and Zach. So on the Catamaran, she's talking about things like he's like, he likes singing and she don't like it. Feels like work. But then when they were back in the hotel room, she suggested, she's joking, but she was saying that he should sleep outside. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And I'm just like, she's not comfortable.
Never a true word said in jest.
I couldn't believe it. Like, you're taking a piss. The thing is, this is why I could never like switch gender and be a heterosexual man, because you couldn't talk to me like that. You are now sleeping outside. Yeah, I would 100% be 50 Cent. I would be 50 Cent. There's no two ways about it. Like, you're sleeping outside.
Imagine I've picked you, brought you on this amazing holiday. Right, like, I've done this, and then you're gonna be like, it would be so much better if you slept outside. Like,
really?
Are you crazy? Like, you're not even allowing me to even hug you, like, without you squealing. Like, what the hell?
You know what I mean? It's just so weird. And like, he was saying, like, Zach was saying, she was so affectionate in the pods, and I was just like, this is the wrong word. What are you talking about, bro? And then she was just hesitating. But he was pushing her to be honest about what her feelings were and what she was saying. And he was, she was just talking around it. My notes are, she's an idiot. She don't like him. She's a bit of a bitch. Those are my notes. Like,
There was a moment
that Irina, I've written bitch, like, just too many times. Like,
she's not a nice person. She's not. I hate that she's the candidate for this situation, because it is very, very difficult, as you said. It's so hard to be in that moment when you just like, I just don't like them. But unfortunately, she's such the wrong candidate to explore this situation with reasonably.
Well, if you think about it, honestly, she was never into Zach.
Never.
And I think she just got competitive because the Bliss was there as well. And she wanted to carry on the process. So really and truly, now where you have to be with him, now she's really like, oh, fuck, he really is a nerd. Like, you've got to the next stage now, innit? And she probably thought, I'm big enough to bad this up. But when it's really you and that person, and you really are like, I just don't like them, she actually acts like she's repulsed. Like, I don't want to be next to you. Like, literally, like, the dude stinks. Yeah. And she can't even be friends with him. But it's because you weren't in there for the right reasons. You just wanted to get through to the next round with your bestie.
Encouraged, literally, took my words. Encouraged by your best friend, Micah.
This is it. So then jump into Chelsea and Kwame. They were having a chat by the poolside, I think, and they were talking about their worries, and like Kwame was talking about how he's nervous about heading back home, and they have to I don't know, like they're gonna have people against them, like maybe their family and friends and stuff. It's just like, okay. And then he put it out there that when we see the other couples, that he wants to speak to Micah, he put it on the table that is what he's going to do. Do you know what I mean? So she was like calm and collected at that time, just like, okay. kind of understands it. Then Chelsea was spilling their business about before they got intimate, how he was nervous and bopping around the room. Right.
He chats too much, you know. Chelsea talks too much. She was talking too much. It's not okay.
Wow.
But then I was just like, you see, this is what I'm saying. Like, you can't ever be second best, you know, seriously, because if a man has to work up momentum to go through with something, bro,
you don't ever want to be in that. You don't want to feel that.
Ever.
It's like he was pacing around the room.
Yeah, psyching himself up. Gotta do this, big boy.
Stay hard.
Oh no. Not even, hopefully not that. But yeah, I just thought it was just like, just shit for Chelsea, basically. But she didn't help herself in that moment at all, kind of thing. Then they meet the other couples. You know, Kwame quite out the bat was saying, you know, when he saw Micah, that he was attracted to Micah, and I was just like, boo, don't like you. Tiffany was saying that Marshall looked like Will Smith from
he had that. He's got that vibe.
I see what you were saying. It's like he does kind of have that little. He does. He a short Will Smith. He's in that same pool.
That was so funny. And Chelsea, again with her mouth, she was talking to Tiffany and I think Jacquelina. Or maybe Micah, I can't remember, what she was saying, you know, she's about the intimate time and that she was wrecked. She says wrecked. That's how she likes it, and that's how she's gonna like it for the rest of her life. That's what she said.
Yes.
I'm just like, okay, girl.
Okay. She got her back blown out.
Yes.
Seriously. Tiffany was saying she hadn't had sex with Brett yet at that point. You know.
She had time of the month.
She
had time of the month.
Yeah.
Yes, that was when Jacqueline was saying that as well. Yeah. And that's when I was thinking, maybe that's why she was bawling like that. That was
okay. Not just unstable. Kwame and Micah had a bit of a heart-to-heart. The conversation for me was going on way too long. It was
too long. It was rude. It was
and
rude.
Micah said that, you know, how Chelsea comes off a little bit too much, and Kwame didn't say no, she doesn't, or defend his fiance, or anything. He just rolled his eyes in agreement. Yes. Imagine. Seriously.
I was like, that was so out of order. When Chelsea sees that back, I'll backhand you. How are you being as you probably know, and you're not going to be like, no, she's fine to me. You ain't got you could literally just be like, no, she's cool. She's cool. Like that was rude. That was rude.
It was extremely rude. And I was taken up, like, he was like, yeah, she's beautiful. Again, this girl is beautiful. Where, Kwame? Where?
Okay. Yeah.
You like
it? Yeah. Paul, Irina. Paul was staring at Irina's outfit. Yeah. She had a bikini on and she's got big tatas.
Yes.
She had underboob. Underboob outside.
Like, it's so like they showed her youthful, like her youngness, and just like, yeah, you're that girl.
Yeah, definitely. And she shared that she's getting the ick. I think she was talking to Micah. She's getting the ick with God, I forgot his name now, Zach, and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and Irina started flirting with Paul, you know? They started having a bit of a conversation. You see Kwame trying to move to Micah in the background, you know, and while Kwame also was chatting to Brett for a bit, it was just ridiculous. Then Irina and Micah in the pool playing around and everything like that. Irina then tries to ask Kwame to get them shots. Kwame's like, huh? You know what I mean? Who am I to you to be getting you shots? Like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think this is because Chelsea had asked him to get something and he was like, yeah. But she said it in a most respectful way. When you finish your conversation, can you go and get this? Do you know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, babe, no problem. Do you know what I mean? Then Irina's like, can you get our shots? Like, who are you? Anyway, so Kwame kind of a bit of missed her. And then anyway, they went to get the shots. They got out of the pool and then they done the cheers. And the cheers was, what's her name? Micah saying a shot for a failed proposal.
So petty, so rude,
so
just
rude.
Bitches. Like literally, I was like, what an asshole! Like just being an asshole for the sake of it.
Like your kids in the playground being bitchy with your best friend. Are you okay? So irritated by that.
Kwame was not impressed. He could not play it with a banter. He could not be a good sport. He put the shot down. He put it down. He was mad. He was big mad.
He wasn't happy.
Damn early hair. Oh, that was annoying. That was stupid though. He's stupid.
Yeah. He's stupid.
That whole sequence talking to her, he's stupid. He's being a very dumb man. And Micah and her dumbness as well. You know what? This whole part is annoying to me. It just annoyed me.
Honestly. So when we had Micah, and Micah basically was showing her ass. She was just showing who she was. Yeah. Kwame went and spoke to her a bit more. And, she turned it around and was basically saying everything. She says, whatever happens, I will still be here. This is what Micah is saying to Kwame. Like, what the fuck, man? It's so out of order. And Chelsea gets up and leaves. I think Tiffany and Jacqueline were trying to say, like, Jacqueline was just like, if that was me, I would behead him.
I
thought I was extreme.
You know what Jacqueline is about. Come on. That's not surprising. That's not surprising.
I was just like, he should have done. And why are you walking on the beach by yourself? Like that's going to mean anything. I hate it when women do that shit. Like I'm also remove myself from the situation, hoping that he spots you leaving and run after you. It's not going to happen. You should have gone over there and been like, "Oh, hi guys," and gone and stood by your man. And literally being like, what are we talking about then? This is a fun conversation. Like, why are you just walking away and letting him and his duck head be in her face all cracking with each other? Like, it's rude.
I swear to God. I was so annoyed with him that he went over all big, like, we need to talk. You're in trouble. And then she wasn't in trouble. You literally fell into her blondness.
Yeah.
And just like, this is it. Yeah, we're indulging in her freaking rudeness.
He was gazing into her eyes, mate. He was lost.
Poor judgment. Judge his judgment. If anyone's judgment needs to be judged, it is.
So at the end of that episode, I was just like, what the fuck? Do you know what I mean? What's going on? I thought everyone's gonna switch partners at that point. So then episode 5, oh my gosh. So we have a party again on them guys meeting, and this time we've got Tiffany, Jacqueline, Micah, I think, and they're chatting shit about Chelsea. I was just like, what the fuck, man? Seriously. They started chatting shit about Chelsea and saying that, what she should have done and this and everything like that. That wasn't cool. And then they were saying about they don't like Zach. So I don't know what it is that Zach's giving out. They don't like Zach. Bliss dodged a bullet there. Do you know what I mean?
Because they all seem to be like he's weird. Maybe he is. Maybe he does give creepy vibes. He said he does look like the guy from You. So maybe it is just like
maybe
weird vibes.
But who said I'll never let him represent me in court?
Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She did say that.
Gives racial vibes. I don't know. The way she said it was so like to a point. Like I would never let him represent me in court.
And it could be. And Jacqueline was also like, that man needs to stay 10 feet away from me. I don't know. Maybe he's a bit creepy, or maybe a little bit lectury. Maybe he touches,
or maybe he's a Republican vibe.
But they wouldn't have known until then, right? Like they wouldn't have. Well, actually, I don't know. But like I was thinking maybe because they were friends with Bliss, and they didn't like the fact that he chose Irina over Bliss. That's what I was thinking. Maybe he led on Bliss too much. That is not cool. right?
Okay,
So they weren't happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be that. Totally could be that.
And then I've got a random note that Irina is a bitch.
I mean, throw that in for fun.
She just is.
She was even
cool. Yeah, Zach was watching. She was saying things. I think your beard is sexy, but in a good way. Like, what the fuck? Are you all right? Are you actually all right? Chelsea and Kwame. So Kwame and Chelsea, they kind of had it out a little bit. In terms of what had happened with him talking to Micah. I just thought Chelsea is right in this moment. She didn't need to be disrespected like that at all. And my other note is, this is why you can never be second best.
Yeah. She took him to task in the right way. Like, I think she was really good with like just being very measured and laying it out and not being hysterical, but being very clear that this can never happen again. Like this is it. And I think she was good. He was an asshole though at the same time, for being like, I kind of got closure, like not completely.
Not fully, but enough.
There's still more to come, by the way, just warning you.
Your cockapina head, really? Can you see yourself in the mirror? You're still there chatting. No. The dude is so jarring. It literally is like, can you literally see yourself? Like, and this other girl that you're chasing after, who's just drunk in a pool, like literally.
Right. He's rating her over Chelsea at this point. Are you okay?
Crazy. It's just crazy. She has no decorum. And then we cut to Marshall and Jackie, and they have like this floating breakfast in the pool, which was covered in cling film. And I'm like, why was that shot included? I just don't know.
They forgot it was a bonus edit.
Like,
they really focused on it.
It should have cut that out and just showed the guy pushing it over to them. That's all we needed to see.
We get the idea. Like, it was so random.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then she just, goes into a bit of a rant about Zach and Irina, and that Zach is a weirdo and Irina is a peasant. I was just like,
that was the best fact ever. Where she's like, I'm not talking about peasant like
British.
Like, literally basically calling her poor. Like just that surface scum of the earth type people.
Honestly,
Jacqueline is my fave. She definitely is one of my fave girl characters. Like, just like, I think she's such a vibe. She jokes.
I do like her character. I think Marshall's gonna get hurt.
Oh, of course he is, and he may also get hurt physically.
What I'm saying, listen, Marshall,
he might.
Superpowers. I believe he's got someone somewhere.
He may need them.
Yeah,
it's true. So we had Tiffany and Brett. They disclosed that they were intimate now. And they had a little bit of a conversation about how much they're still into each other. They talked about her age and how that turned a couple people off as well in the things which we spoke about, I think, in our last episode. And altogether, they've only actually, at this point, they've only all been together 2.5 weeks, which is mad when you think about it. Also, I noticed that Tiffany, she reminds me of someone, and I think it's, what's her name? Quinta, I can't remember her name. The actress.
Quinta Brunson.
Yes, she looks like her. She looks, very similar. If you look at her face and look at her,
I've got to look again because I don't know.
I think
maybe family. But I need to figure that out.
I need to look again. But I like her.
Yeah,
I am a fan of Tiffany as well.
I like Tiffany. She seems like a regular around.
Defo. And then Micah and Paul, they drove to the jungle. They went to see this lagoon. It was just really nice and lovely. At this point, I was just like, Love Island can learn from this because these are real dates. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I can't really remember what much was said there, but I just remember the scenery was just amazing.
I
a few notes of their date. What I was getting was the separation beginning. Like Paul didn't seem to be that into Micah anymore. Like he seemed to have kind of put her in the friendship zone type of And as they were interacting, she seemed to want to interact a little bit more with him. But it was pretty much like like, you know, let's get ready for the party type vibe. Like, let's get to the next part. But I was getting, I don't think Paul is into Micah anymore. I think he's already like, it's not her.
Yeah, mate. And then we had Kwame and Chelsea, who done the traditional Mayan ceremony, which is, I 100% believe this is straight up Chelsea Street. And it was like a beautiful blessing for their relationship. He apologized, but he said if he came across selfish and that he may have he should have communicated better, she forgave him anyway. I just thought like, it seemed like it was going in this direction where just like, okay, he's repenting, but not really, because he just put that if in there. I didn't like that.
Why did these two have the traditional cacao ceremony?
Because he's African.
It's cultural, and because that's what she wants. She wants to be in touch with the local cultures.
I was offended. I
was offended. It was literally a little bit of culture for the African.
I was offended. Like, as soon as it went to it, I think I saw the main one, like with the drum, like the shaman with the drum, and I was like, why they didn't, like, for one, this is, if you're doing a proper ceremony, this should not even be on camera.
Exactly.
Like, this is exploitative of these people and their culture. A cacao ceremony is really sacred. You're supposed to do it in ritual. It does open up your heart. I was like, this isn't to be exploited for TV. That's disgusting. It's like, it's not okay. Mexicans should be up in arms at what we were seeing in Love is Blind. Like, you could have given them a little bit of chocolate. It's not what they did. That was wrong.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, I didn't see it as deep as that, but yeah, now you said it. Yeah, for real.
Same page, mate. Same page.
It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. Yeah. I thought it was just cringe because
the minute I saw the grass skirts and stuff, I was like, later, you lot.
Yeah, I was like, don't do this to us. Don't. And why is the Ghanaian man there?
yeah, exactly.
I didn't even think he wanted to be.
Like, what is going on here? Why am I in this? Why am I getting this? People are going sneaking and stuff, and me, I have to now drink chocolate.
I've worked so hard to distance myself from this association.
Right. I tried to call myself Alex. And you're just bringing me back to culture. I don't want it. I don't want it. So Irina and Zach, so they finally have what seems to be like an honest conversation. Although my notes are she's an idiot. He basically said that she's been closed off, but he was talking to her and then she's put her head under a pillow.
That's
why she's an idiot.
Was she like doing it like, if I listen to him, maybe I can go back to how I felt in the pod? Or was she literally like, I can't even
no, it wasn't that
she was like, this is noise. Yeah, I don't want to do. Yes, exactly.
And also, almost, I thought, was she going to fall asleep?
Yeah. I had that same thought as well. Yeah. She wanted to just be cool under the cool side of the pillow. She wasn't really interested in what he wanted to say. Yeah,
that was harsh though. When she put it on top of that, was like, oh my god, is she doing this to him, or is she doing it so that she can really listen to him? That was out of order.
There was that. Yeah. Then we had the evening party. Marshall and Jackie revealed that they got intimate.
Yeah,
but that's all I've got. Micah and Paul walked in. Tiffany tells Chelsea keep one eye open at all times. I do like Tiffany. Paul and Zach have a chat, and basically they both think that they may have made the wrong decision, Paul thinks he made the wrong decision and should have picked Amber, and Zach thinks he maybe should have picked Bliss, which was just interesting. However, I think Paul actually wants to move to Irina, but he just can't say.
I thought it was that. I thought Paul wanted Irina.
Yeah, but he mentioned Amber.
Yeah, I think he does like Irina, but because Irina and Micah are so close, you know, it's like how does he do that and not be hated by the public?
Yeah,
like, it would be easier to just pivot to Amber.
Yeah,
who,
exactly.
You know, he's not a good picker. She isn't much better than Micah. Anyway, she has her own bag of issues. So
well, this is the thing.
Amber's under twice the 4C. Like he didn't have a good pick of any woman, really.
No.
True. Kwame explains to the guys, i.e. Brett and Marshall, how he fucked up. And then he was saying, you know, basically saying he's not really sure about Micah, sorry, because she hangs out with Irina. So then it just kind of gives, it's like the company you keep. It was like giving a really, you know, bad vibe about Irina. I think everybody agrees that she is the worst, basically. Yes. Irina and Micah have this really weird conversation saying that, you know, so Micah was asking about, what's it called? Chelsea and Kwame, what they look like. And Irina was like, oh, they look really happy together. But you know what? Maybe she's jealous of you. I was just like,
exactly.
What, love? You what? Like, how'd you get
instigator and troublemaker? Instigator and troublemaker.
Like
standard
playground stuff, you know, like the mean girl, and then the little sidekick is always a bit like, no, but I saw her cut her out, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing was happening, and then she just out of the air.
Just the thing is, it's so out of context and so dismissive of the behavior that Micah has displayed. So how about being more grown up and mature, saying, actually, the way you're behaving is possibly causing Chelsea insecurities about her situation. Right. No, she's straight jealous. No backstory, no nothing. Fuck off.
Like, relax. But Micah's, you know, she's determined. She wants to clear the air with Chelsea. Chelsea and have a bit of a convo. Chelsea basically gets straight to the point. I love the way that Chelsea dealt with it. She was just like, you know, just nice. But but you guys were talking for long. Yeah. But you know, that could have, you know,
for real, it was.
Yeah, she really did. She really got to the point. But then there's a freaking rainstorm, and the conversation got cut short. And I was at one point, I was just like, why are they letting them indoors? Like they were making them stand.
I was like, you're going on like there ain't like a food hall there. Like let them sit down in the food hall and carry on drinking and chatting.
Seriously,
my production stopped.
So weird. And then we had Paul in the room now. Paul tells Micah about his conversation with Zach, and that Zach is having second thoughts, and you know, do you know what I mean, considering Bliss. We then jump to Irina and Zach. Basically, they're in the room, just barely talking to each other. She's talking, and then she goes that she doesn't want to sit near him on the plane going back.
You should sit elsewhere on the plane.
That was fuckeries. That I was like, does this man smell? Does he think? You can't even do a flight. It's Mexico, you know, like it's not going to be that long a flight. I can't even sit next to you. I would prefer to have my space on a plane home. On a plane.
Like, literally. And when are they flying home? How long? You know, like how much in advance is this conversation happening? You've been thinking about it for so long. Like, you know what? I got to tell him. I got to tell him. We're not sitting next to each other on the plane. How?
It was just weird. Like, you know, they're talking about, oh, it was a honeymoon phase, and like he's like, this honeymoon phase has been horrible, and she was like trying to say something, he's trying to say something, then she's like, I'm not done talking, and it was just like, oh, this is turning into a proper argument. You know what I mean? Then she backed down a bit, and she was just like, you know, I've been a jerk to you, like she, you know, and yeah, but then it was just like trying to one up each other. So he was like, I was trying to leave, you know, I was going to leave on day 3. She was like, I was going to leave when I first saw you, you know, and he was like,
gloves off.
Seriously. He was like, oh, I've been thinking about Bliss the whole time. And she's like, I've been thinking about someone too. And he's like, I know your best friend, but your best friend is with him. And I was just like, at that point I was deceased.
Yeah, it's over.
Zach won, you won, Zach.
Yeah.
He just went for the jugular.
You might as well have just said, "You petty bitch."
And it's the truth. No lies were told. He was telling the truth. He is your coveting Paul, who is also my brethren. Your best friend is with it. Like, you're just like, the levels to this skullduggery that you're on is a bit mad. It's very messy.
She's the worst. She's actually worse because she was like, "Yeah, I really like him. Are you right?" Like, seriously,
she was up all night thinking about him.
Yeah, long.
She's wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah.
She had moments of being honest when she was like, I've been horrible to you, being a jerk, and it's not being fair to you or myself in how I've been treating you. Like, I haven't liked myself. I was like, oh, there are layers to this girl. And then she just went back. It was like boom, boom, boom.
She's like, oh no, there's not. Say that again.
Can't help herself. That's all. She can't help herself.
No, she really can't. And then Kwame and Chelsea, they were, talking about which couples they think are gonna last. Chelsea did mention that she hates Zach. Like, she literally says she hates him. Kwame likes Zach. So I just don't know what's going on. Like, I want to know, what is the backstory with Zach? Like, I really want to know the details of what's actually happened.
Maybe it really is about Bliss. Maybe.
No, I think that's not enough for them to really not like him, because I don't think it was a natural thing. They all went through liking someone, connecting with someone, and making choices. So that level for all of them to be like, nah. Because I don't think he necessarily led Bliss on. It was like they've been through situations.
How do they know? Because this is literally the last 2 days. That's the only time that they've been met up with everybody else. That's how the experiments work. So how would you? What information? You're not interacting with him. So how?
For everybody to be like, we do not like that. I think it's Bliss, and because he picked Irina, who all of them collectively don't seem to like.
I think a little bit more about her. But I think they would be honest if he had like sweet vibes, or like, oh my god, he's a sweet guy. If he had some redeeming qualities, I don't think they just blankly would say they wouldn't like him. I don't feel like they're that kind of pack mentality and not have individual. Oh god, I can't say the word. Individualistic thought processes. I just don't. I feel like there must be something in his character that must be like
about him. I don't know.
There might be, but I'm just like, where did they get that information from? Are they getting that information from Bliss? Do you know what I mean? To say his character's like this, because it's like hate, from someone like Chelsea is a lot as far as I'm concerned.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
Like, you hate him over 2 days, bro. Like, okay, that's a lot to me. So I don't know. I want to know more. But anyway, so we wrapped up that episode. We got a little preview on the next episode that's coming out on the 31st of March. And you see, because actually even what's her name? Irina mentioned it. Like, when you go to Seattle, are you going to meet up with, Bliss and see how things go? Because they just deaded their relationship is over now. And Zach was just like, maybe. And then you see the Seattle skyline. You see Zach, in a booth. What I did notice on the signage was the Black Lives Matter. Did you guys see that?
Oh, no,
on the front of the shot where she comes through? I like that a little detail. And then we see Bliss walk in. He says to her, "Nice to meet you," which was just like, bro, she's not a client. What the fuck? Like, it's like, you've met her.
Allow him that. He's
like, you know what I mean? Serious. And he was basically like, I made the wrong choice. And then we're just pent to see her.
You know that, and I know that.
Yeah.
She shouldn't even have turned up. I actually wanted to see him just sitting there, finish his food, and be like, oh.
Like, yeah. I actually thought that might happen for a split second, that she wasn't going to turn up.
Yeah, no, for real. I think, like, in the clips that you could see in the montage and things, like, I think she's in further episodes, so I think she is further, do you know what I mean? I think there's more to that story. I don't think that's the end of the Zach relationship at the moment, which is
What else did we see?
You saw Irina and Micah.
Yeah. Paul and Micah seem to be going through craziness. That's to be expected, that they're going to go a bit nuts.
And then the clip with Irina and Micah when they're talking, and she says, "So you want my man?" or something like that, didn't she?
Oh yes. Yes.
Yes.
Isn't that a bit ballsy of Irina to actually be like, I do like him? Like, I was like, this girl is, no one's her friend really, in it. Like, she's literally like just in this game.
Yeah, I was about to say, game recognizes game. I wonder how Mike is going to react, because you're like, okay, bring it on, bitch, and then they'll be friends after, whatever happens.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be friends. They're going to be sworn enemies. What do you mean? You know, at high school they were both like cheerleaders and the head or something.
Oh yeah, no. At one time they had an allegiance, and then they fell out, and then they became sworn enemies.
Honestly, but it's like everybody's in a triangle, man. Seriously, because you see Josh came back as well. Like it was just like, what's going on? Everyone's there.
And like, Josh's little clip, weren't Josh like, pick me or something, like go for me?
No, like, also, but Jacqueline was saying like, what did she say? She said we're not even sleeping together, and
you can see that.
I think he doesn't see sex before marriage, because I think he mentioned that earlier, that he didn't want to do sex before marriage, and she was just like, "What? You're not going to trial the car before you buy it?" Like, do you know what I mean?
That part, because I did make notes. She was like, why would I do that?
Yeah.
And also in that moment, I thought, I wonder if he might be small in size. All these kind of insecurities that I thought, okay, what's he trying to hide? Because why doesn't he want to trial things out before they get married? I was a bit concerned for him there.
I don't know. Maybe he's religious. I just don't know.
That would be stated up front. He hasn't stated that.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't actually.
PC says it's gonna get crazier, and Jacqueline wants Josh.
Yes.
Yeah, she's used to a bad boy. A rough around the edges.
I think so.
Yeah, the roller coaster. So what did we get on the 31st? We get episode 6 and 7.
Oh, is it 2? Okay, that's good. That's easier.
That's easy to manage.
It's easier to manage, definitely.
6 and 7, and then they're gonna roll out the other episodes. I think we get another one on the Wednesday or something. So there's gonna be a few in the week, and then we have the final comes up a week later. Yeah, the reunion.
Oh,
okay.
Hold on, when's the wedding's gonna be? Or the decision making?
That should be soon. I think it'll be in the next couple of episodes for real. Like,
yeah. We should
have
have
them
that.
getting ready.
Yes, PC, teeny peeny.
He could do like, what is he? He's probably like 5'10". He could have
a teeny peeny.
Yeah,
something
but if it
was like,
you're with a quite a sexual girl, like you just got to step it up, dude. If you want to bag this, like there's no way. You don't have that girl. You absolutely do not have that girl.
And she's not going to stay just because, you think that your souls are going to be entwined for eternity. She's not just going to stay. She's not. She's not.
She's got commitments on the outside.
Dude, she's got reality, real life, not fantasy. Do you know what I mean? It's just having a pet kiss saying it's the best kiss ever. You're right. Are you a virgin, bro? Maybe he's a virgin.
That's what I'm saying. There's elements
he might be a virgin.
He could be. He actually could be a virgin. Then she's not the girl, but like he could be a virgin. And then if you're gonna wait, why are you gonna do that? Have you guys ever heard of this couple? They're Japanese, and they waited 14 years to have sex, and then they both died of a heart attack when they tried to have sex because of the build-up. No, not heard of that? Okay.
What?
I'm not even gassing. This is real. You guys can Google it. Anybody watching, you can Google this. There was a Japanese couple. They were virgins, and they had built up having sex so much that they died. They were, and I don't know how they were found out, but they both died of a heart attack.
Oh my God.
It's like one of the world's strangest deaths.
Who told that story?
What?
Who told that story on their behalf? Because they were both head.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how the story got out of it, but the world's strangest deaths, they are amongst the pecking order. So this is a lesson to Josh. Like sometimes
To Marshall.
Yeah, to Marshall. Just get it out. Just do it.
Just do it.
Don't think about it too much, man. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes,
with the remaining couples, Miss K.
PC says maybe he died of exertion and she died of disappointment.
Fact.
Miss K says they died from the build-up, not even coming.
Exactly.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow,
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Out of the remaining couples, let's just take Irina and Zach off, yeah. But out of the remaining couples, Chelsea and Kwame, Tiffany and Brett, Micah and Paul, Jacqueline and Marshall, who do you think is making it down the aisle?
Sorry, there was in the clip someone was crying, wasn't there? Was it was there not like someone was crying, like either with Brett and Tiffany or Kwame and Chelsea? Someone was in their group when they're in the montage. Something dramatic happened with them lot as well. One of those couples. I've forgotten who it was.
Don't know.
Oh,
No.
oh damn.
Okay, so I would say that Brett and Tiffany are probably going to get married. They're the only ones I see in this season getting married.
Ooh, the only ones.
I only see them two doing it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure about Kwame. I feel like Kwame isn't always all the way there with Chelsea, but he might just stick with it just for the validation that he gets from her.
Yeah.
So he could do like might as well. I'm not going to get anybody else, am I?
Miss K says it was Tiffany crying.
Right, that's it.
Oh, was it?
She says Tiffany and Brett are making it down the aisle. And Gilda says it gives me Ron and Lana all over again.
Which one? Ron and Lana?
No, the Ron and Lana are from Love Island.
Oh,
yeah.
No, I can see. Yeah, there's. Yes. I don't even know.
Who are they referencing Ron and Lana to?
Gilda.
I thought I understood that there.
I can't see anybody else making it down the aisle, you know.
No, I agree with you. I definitely think actually that's the thing. So PC says I feel like Brett is going to surprise us. Remember in the beginning I was saying I don't trust him, you know. I really don't trust him because I just feel like he's just one of those guys.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I was in it with them, and then he brought the bathing suit, and I was like, you see you. Like you're always giving signs. You're always giving us signs that you are that guy that women need to be like, no, like you need to see a psychiatrist before we get together. There's stuff.
That clip with Tiffany, I wanted to know what that angle was, but they also could have thrown that in as a detour,
to throw you off.
To throw you off. They're actually going to do it.
I think Chelsea and Kwame are going to go, and I think it's going to be a traditional. Yeah, I think it might be a traditional and stuff because last time we didn't get it with SK and stuff. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they, you know, SK.
Oh, like a traditional.
I'm rewatching. I missed season 3 and I'm rewatching. So I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, okay.
I know where it's going.
You know what? Oh my God, Miss K. He looks like Jason Derulo. I don't trust him. I couldn't place who it was. It's Jason Derulo.
And the haircut on the side. Yeah.
The hair, but not the. Oh, Brett. Sorry.
Yes, Brett looks like Jason Derulo.
Yes. Oh no,
it's far from Jason Derulo.
Oh no, don't do that. What did you say, Nana? What did you say?
She said that Kwame looks nothing like Jason Derulo.
I thought you were saying it was Kwame, and I was like, he looks far from Jason Derulo.
In fact, because I was like, for the second, I thought you said that too. But Brett and Jason, shit, that's just ruined everything for me.
They're the same guy.
They
Brett
are the same guy.
On Jason Derulo. That in itself, now Tiffany deserves better.
Oh God.
I knew I did. Yeah, there's many reasons why I'm not gonna like this man. I know.
Oh man,
I knew I didn't fancy him as well. Like, do you know what I mean? I was just like, nah, there's
I thought
something.
he was a nice guy. I think like, yeah, I was two together. Don't do
Gilda
this.
is talking about Marshall and Jacquelina. That they are like Ron and Lana.
Okay.
Like there's no spark, no passion. It's almost like siblings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I can
They
see that.
definitely are giving me friend vibes, and he wants more. And it's just all like, and she is like, if I was with him, I would have a better life. And she probably would have a better life, but you don't actually like it.
It'd be boring for her.
Yeah. You know.
Because he said something like, you don't think I'm man enough.
True.
I was just like, it's a wrap. It's a wrap then. It's not happening.
And you can't keep proving, Marshall, you can't keep proving yourself to her, because it's even going to make her annoyed as well, because she's going to see your insecurity. She doesn't want to see that.
But when a woman files you in that box of you're not man enough, you can't actually get yourself out of there, because then she needs to refile you in, but I can depend on you box.
Yeah.
And she's settled. And another bigger, badder man that comes along, she will ride that dude. And so, like, you know, you don't win. She look, Josh should become side man, and he would probably be okay with it.
Yeah.
So sometimes maybe Marshall has to decide this. Like,
did you say baby Marshall? Or
maybe no, I said maybe. Adding stuff on. Maybe.
Maybe
Marshall needs to decide. I could be also like the main guy, but my woman is gonna sleep with.
Marshall's not gonna have that. That's too much for Marshall.
Marshall looks like a grown baby. He looks like an adult baby. That's what he looks like. He's got
that real baby face. He's gonna look like a baby for a long time.
It does, PC.
He couldn't handle it.
It does.
His ego could not handle his wife getting knocked by someone else. No way.
No.
Sometimes I think
he couldn't.
Like that, you know, think about it. If you want that woman, you want that girl, and she's going to be your wife
for the image.
Maybe you need to accept that she's going to be piped by the dude that she wants, and you're providing the emotional stability.
Well, you're providing hugs, and she's and come on, she's getting dick down, and he's giving hugs.
Yeah,
come on, man.
PC says Chelsea is gonna smother Kwame in his sleep if he doesn't fix up.
She absolutely could. I love Kwame needs to watch himself.
Yeah. She will literally turn into that fatal attraction if he's not careful.
You think?
I was going to say something so inappropriate, but it's fine.
And Gilda says, and Jason Derulo did Jordan Sparks dirty. Yes. Brett. Brett.
Man. Man.
Literally, Brett is guilty by association, you know. Yeah. You're done out here.
Done out. No, it's killed it. I'm trying to trust on. I hope I can trust Tiffany's judgment, man. I hope she's seeing real things.
So sweet. And on paper,
be happy.
Yeah, on paper though, Brett is a catch.
Yeah,
he's an absolute catch. But she's got to think about that, because that bathing suit, she needed to be like, what you trying to say, dude? What's this?
Yeah, I was surprised that she enjoyed. I wonder if she was just being nice and she swallowed her feelings, because I don't know how you could receive that swimming suit and think, ooh,
this is nice.
She didn't. I don't think she liked it.
No,
I mean, she put it on. She has been covered up though, compared to the other girls. She generally is in like smart dresses. Like she's more covered than the others.
Yeah, apart from that bedroom scene, that's the only time it was just like,
it can't be that.
That was on. He was like, let's.
She was proud to turn her behind.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. I don't know. But yeah, she needs to watch him though. She needs to watch him. Jason Derulo.
Oh no, don't do that. That's so sad for me, because I really was like, oh, he's all right, he's cute. Oh, mate.
Oh, so you fancy Jason Derulo?
No, that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, I don't even fancy Brad. I just thought it was a very nice package. I saw the clean package that he presents. I like that. I'm not saying he's my particular type, but he was a very nice, clean package. I do not fancy Jason Derulo.
Oh,
no.
There we go, guys.
On that note,
we are all up to date. Like we are done our 5.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. No, Tiffany.
Yeah, she was on her time on the month for a bit.
Yeah, but they did have sex, so I don't know. Maybe it stopped, or maybe
they were just like, caution to the wind. Let's do.
Let's go.
But for me, just TMI. I don't need to know any of that, like at all. Serious. For your whole business to be out there to be jilted at the altar.
Oh, come on.
Well, to be fair, that hasn't happened yet. We don't know. But I can imagine. Sorry, I know we're gonna sign off. I can imagine this saying, you know what? Like, this is such a powerful emotion, and like I really see you as a beautiful woman, and so does everybody else. But I'm just not ready.
Yeah. I can see it.
I can see it.
Can you imagine being at the altar and somebody saying that to you in your face? My only reaction is to gouge your eyes out. There's
just how it's the red in your forehead. It's my whole hand going.
Straight away. Like there is, and that primal scream. Like, you're going to humiliate me. The whole congregation is behind me. Never in your life are you leaving alive, and I'm going straight to prison so that I don't ever have to see these guys again. Like, no.
Say yes now, and we'll talk about it behind the scenes. Don't.
We can get divorced. Don't let me get to the aisle and then tell me no. Are you crazy?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Your eyes. Oh wow.
All right.
Jeez.
Yeah. Hey. Now you see why Jacquelina is my girl.
She'll behead him. She'll have a sword underneath her dress.
That's it. You got to roll with some of these guys, man. No.
Seriously, yeah, isn't it?
But guys.
Okay, so when are we back? When are we back?
Well, back. So it comes out on the 31st. So we would be back. No, the 31st. Yeah, we'd be back on that Friday.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So we're back on the Friday. With 1 or 2. So maybe we'd be back on the Friday, back on the Saturday, or maybe we'll just do both of the reviews for 6 and 7 on Friday. But definitely we will be back on Friday at 9 p.m. with another review, and hopefully then I'll know what the other episodes is when they're going to be released.
Yeah.
Okay.
To watch. So,
and tomorrow we're actually going to be reviewing Succession. We're doing it, guys. Succession is back. We're going to be reviewing and recapping each episode every week on Mondays at 9 p.m. So join us for that. Even if you don't watch Succession, seriously,
just join us.
Just watching YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll get the gist of it. It's very fun. Very interesting show. We all love it, like Auntie Farah as well. So we're going to be doing that. So hopefully you'll join us for that. So we get involved. But and
Succession is going to be released in a few hours' time. I think we can actually watch it from like 3 a.m. or something over here. So I will be watching it first thing in the morning and making notes. I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's gonna be great. So thank you everybody who has joined us today as well. We will be back again with Love is Blind on Friday. If you haven't already, please like this video and please share it with like-minded people so that we have more people in the chat with us as well, so we keep on going. And remember, tomorrow we will be back again as well. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
See you in the next one.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye. Bye.